Camnock, I think it is, or Caminoke or something, says, why do you skateboard? I skateboard 95% for fun, just because it feels amazing when you land a new trick and you're learning and progressing. Even the struggle of like the frustration not landing a trick, but then like, well, I'll just go out the next day and land it. It's just, all of that is just one big ball of fun when it comes to skateboarding. And like the other 5% is because I like to do this kind of stuff. Like YouTube has become a pretty fun part of skateboarding for me. So not just skateboarding itself, because obviously you can go and skate by yourself, but I find it to be a lot of fun to film it, put it on the internet, and then interact with the people who watch it. Kyril Daniuk says, how are you able to learn tricks so fast? Do you skate transition like quarter pipes? If you work, how are you able to work and skate and progress so fast? And how long do you skate each day? How am I able to learn tricks so fast? A lot of the times when I'm learning a trick, I'll like learn the trick that's a precursor to a trick that's like a variation, if that makes sense. So like I learned kickflip 360 body varial, and then my next trick, it only made sense that I do a double kickflip 360 body varial. I'd say if you have a base trick, then you can learn fast by, if you're first learning kickflips and you want to learn another trick, I wouldn't say learn a heel flip because that's a completely different motion. I'd say learn a varial flip because that's basically a kickflip with a shove it. You progress faster by sticking close to what you know, but pushing the limits a little bit. But also sometimes it's the other way around. Sometimes you try something completely new and you'll get closer than you ever thought. So it's kind of like, I don't know, contradictory, but it makes sense. Like either stick to what you know and push the boundary, or if you're stuck on that and you just can't make any progress, try something completely new, like a few different things, and who knows, maybe you'll figure out a trick that you can do and you had no idea you could do it. Do I skate transition like quarter pipes? There is a little clip of me dropping in at the skate park from a while ago, and that is the most transition I've skated in like the last 10 years. It's never really been my thing. I used to like go to the skate park and just pump around the bowls and kind of like, carve and do all that stuff, but like I'm not very good at it. I don't feel comfortable getting like sideways. I don't know what it is. Yeah, so the working thing, it's kind of like I am lucky because I don't really have to work right now, so I can do what I want, but it's sort of a double-edged sword, which I'll get into in the video of my life story or whatever. I'll talk about that, but it'll all make sense someday. He also said, how long do you skate each day? It kind of depends. Like I skated yesterday for 10 minutes and I didn't skate for 3 or 4 days before that, but then like a couple days before that I'll skate for like 2 or 3 or 4 hours, but it really depends on what I'm doing that day. Days when I'm trying to learn a new trick, they can go anywhere from one session, which could be 30 minutes, to like multiple times having to take a break and go back out, which can equal up to like 4 hours a day of just trying one trick over and over again. Or I'll go out on a skate session to film some street stuff and that'll last like an hour. But yeah, I'd say anywhere between 20 minutes or it could be 5 hours. I don't know. It really depends on the trick. D'Angelo Cherry says, do you believe in aliens? I believe that it's naive to think that they don't exist, but I don't believe in all that like there's aliens that have come and visited us and all that kind of stuff. But like, I mean, with how big the universe is and how many stars and planets and all that stuff, I feel like it's inevitable that the idea of aliens probably exists somewhere. They're just not raping us and eating our cows or whatever they do, I don't know. Kip Dynamite says, what is the most amount of days you have ever skated in a row? That is impossible for me to answer. I have no idea. I don't know. Back in the day when I used to skate, it was like every single day after school, and then even some days before school, we'd go skating, and that could be like the whole entire year unless the weather was bad. I don't know. Months and months and months. Nowadays I tend to skate Monday through Friday, and I take the weekend off unless I'm going filming. But normally it's like 4 or 5 days of the week I'll skate. Skate McSimpson says, are you sponsored? And also, how do you learn so many difficult tricks? No, I'm not sponsored, and kind of like what I was saying about progressing. When you learn a trick, of course you start small and you work your way up, and I feel like that's just how it goes. When, like, if you're gonna learn something difficult, it's not like you start skating and you go and you learn how to laser flip. Well, you gotta learn how to Ollie and then heel flip and then varial heel or whatever. but sometimes it just happens. But me personally, I kind of do the whole like visualization thing. Like the night before I want to do a trick, I'll just be thinking of all the different ideas of what I can do. And some of them might be like difficult tricks, and I'll go out and I'll have 5 or 6 tricks, and maybe I'll try all of them, and none of them work except for one I get kind of close to, and then I just work on it. And from there it's just repetition. And if you try a trick and you don't get close to it, try moving your foot a little bit. If you get closer, then keep it there. If you get further away, move it back. And I just do that kind of thing, trial and error. You just keep trying, and that's how you learn tricks. It's the same as for an Ollie as it is for like the craziest trick ever. You just gotta trial and error, see what works for you, and that's how you eventually can learn hardest tricks ever. Lil Chunky 78 says, hardest trick you've tried. Hardest trick I've tried? Because that could mean that I didn't land it. Oh, I don't know. I used to try some stuff down some stairs. I can't really remember exactly, like maybe 360 flip a stair set or something. I always find that harder than anything on flat ground, even if it's a crazy trick on flat ground. Anything down something is so much harder for me because of the like fear factor. It's Gus says, are you married, and if so, do you have any kids? Yeah, I am married actually. I've been married for 1 year as of, I don't know, like 2 weeks ago. But no, we don't have any kids, and it's not really a plan for the next couple years because we're both still doing stuff like school and work and whatnot. Kind of holding off right now. B Skating says, would you have rather landed all the tricks in the book at least once, or have a few good tricks on lock? Favorite trick, dream team, and what motivates you to skate? With my like resolution tricks, I feel like that's basically what I'm doing. I'm like, there's a few tricks where I'll land just once and I'll never do them again, just because like I just wanted to get them out of the way, or they're like too hard or something like that. But if I had to pick, I would rather have just a few tricks on lock, because I feel like you have a few tricks on lock, you get them down really good with a lot of style, then you can, I don't know, do whatever you want with it. If you only do one trick once, or every trick once, then like you're not consistent. I don't know. Dream team. I'd want to be on a fun team, like, you know, like Enjoy or something like that, where all the guys are just having fun, and it's more about like having fun skateboarding than it is doing like crazy stuff and like just promoting your brand. I'd want to have fun with a fun team. And my motivation is just fun. I love the way it feels when you land a new trick, and it's just, it feels rewarding. I feel accomplished when I do something, and that motivates me to keep doing new things. GGG Gamer says, when did you start skateboarding? 7th grade. Ben Talk says, do you ride vert? No, I do not. TYH says, what's the hardest trick you've ever landed? I don't know, there was a lot that were hard. I've mentioned a few of them, but like a few other ones like Fakie Dolphin flip for some reason was really hard for me. For some reason Fakie late shove it was really hard for me. That took me forever to land. Switch 360 flips, I used to have those when I was younger, but it took me forever to get back. And even now I'm kind of bad at them. Mr. Crazy Felix says, can you make a tutorial on inward heel or laser flip or backside 360 kick flips? I don't have laser flips. I also don't have backside 360 kick flips. I think inward heel flip is probably my most requested how-to video, but the reason I haven't done it yet, honestly, is just because I kind of lost them, and I started filming one, but I'm not that good at them anymore. I have to relearn them. I've been kind of trying here and there, but I don't know what happened. I think I can do them switch better than regular, so I may just film it switch and leave it like that, but I'm trying. I gotta relearn it myself first, so we'll see. Justin Tuff says, where do you get your skateboards? I actually have gotten my since I started skating again, they've all been ATM click decks, and I get them just at their website, which is like ATM click skateboards or something. I'll put a link in the description. It's what I've been riding for a while now, but I'm gonna switch it up next deck. I'll talk about that some other time. Baby Jesus Leap says, best place you have ever skated? Just for like notoriety reasons, I have to say Carlsbad Gap. I mean, when I went there as a kid, it was like, I knew that it was like a big gap, it was a big deal, but like, I didn't realize it was gonna become such a like renowned gap. It was already like kind of there, but I didn't know they were gonna destroy it and then it would become infamous. But anyways, that place was one of the coolest places to skate. and that gap was just really awesome to see in person. Blaze Viper says, kickflip or heel flip? I used to think heel flip because I could pop them better and they felt better. But I'm kind of leaning towards kickflip nowadays. I don't do too many heel flips anymore. Logan Bickle says, if you could be sponsored by one type of skating accessory, what would it be? Like a deck, shoes, trucks, wheels, etc. And with that one thing, pick the company. I'd probably be sponsored by ATM decks just because like I use their decks a lot. I go through them pretty fast. It'd be cool to have a couple here and there. Zach Phillips says, have you ever thought about skating stairs and gaps? Yes, I think about it all the time, and I'm gonna try to do some in my video part. I don't want anyone to think I'm gonna be doing some like really crazy stuff. There will be stairs and there will be gaps. I don't know how big or what tricks, but I'm gonna try. I'm gonna try my best. Andrew says, how did you become interested in skateboarding? Tony Hawk's Pro Skater. Miles Pavon says, what are you gonna do when you finish the 365th trick? That's a really good question. It's one that I don't really think about that much because it's so far away. I'm like almost at 265, so I still got a whole entire 100 tricks to go, and I can't even imagine like what those tricks are gonna be. But I don't really think about it because it's so far from now. But I guess when I finally do or did get there, if I do, I'll just start a new thing. I don't know what it'll be, a new challenge of some sort. There's been like little things I've been wanting to do, like work on stairs, like progression, start at 1, then 2, 3, 4, go up as high as I can, like different series like that. But I've just kind of been doing a bunch of different things, like trying out how they feel. I got the resolution videos, the how-tos, quick tips, all that stuff. But I don't know, I'll definitely have something thought of by then though, because I don't think that's gonna be for a while. Nathan Chow says, what process do you go through when you're learning tricks? Like before you try them, do you watch a bunch of them and try to figure it out in your head, or what do you do? Yeah, a lot of times I'll get an idea for a trick, something will pop into my head. I'll say like, okay, I wanna learn a 540 flip. So I'll either go out and I'll just try some first and see how close I get. And if I'm just nowhere near it and I'm like, okay, I can't figure this out on my own, then I'll go and I'll watch some how-to videos of like what people suggest. But I'll always watch a good like cross section. I'll watch like 5 videos because everyone always says different things. From there, I'll just try and combine the things that make the most sense together, and I'll go and try it. And if I don't get close to it, then I'll pretty much just abandon the trick, maybe come back to it later. A lot of times I watch a skate video after having the idea and I just go try it. Dane Vargo says, how long have you been playing the guitar? Also, who's your favorite guitar player? Here's a good one, not skate related. I've been playing the guitar for, like I said before, I don't know, more than 10 years, maybe 15 years. My favorite guitar player, that's a tough one because I used to be really into that when I was growing up. Like I would have like the guitar like idols of like different bands, just the legendary guitar players. But nowadays it's just like, I don't really think about it like that much because I'm not really learning anymore and I just kind of do my own thing. But I've always been a really big fan of Jimi Hendrix, of course, because he's just like the Rodney Mullen of guitar. And Tony Iommi was a big influence growing up, and I don't know, there's just so many good ones.